Hi there, welcome back to another Gadget Lab. I am Michael Calore.
And I am Roberto Baldwin.
So Robbie, in addition to all the other amazing and exciting companies that he covers, also reports on Intel, which made a big announcement at the All Things D conference down in Laguna Niguel, my hometown.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're diving the media. Eric Huggers hopped on stage and talked about Intel's new insane. It's kind of insane for them to be jumping into this market. So they're going to be creating a set-top box, which is, okay, everyone has a set-top box. But they're also going to be delivering all the content to that box. So Intel is going to turn into a Comcast, a Dish Network, Time Warner. They're making deals with Disney and A&E and TNT and all these other companies so that you have one box to rule them all. It'll still have apps, it'll still have your Netflix and all that stuff.
So this sounds insane.
It does. It's
now I've had a DVR that I rent from like Comcast, for $6 a month for the last 12 years or something like that, and they're going to replace that.
They're going to replace. They want to replace everything. They're going to replace your cable box, your Roku or Apple TV. All that will be taken care of by one magical Intel box that we don't know anything about other than that they're making it. We don't have a price. We don't have a launch date other than 2013. And it's going to have all this.
But it'll be a subscription thing, right? Like I'll pay them $80 a month and get all my television over that instead of paying, $60 to Comcast and $15 to Netflix. And
So you would still have you can still get Netflix and Amazon and all those. So you still would have to pay those guys the Hulus.
Okay.
But your cable content would be from Intel. And they're they have like two sort of things that they say are going to get you onto. One is it's going to blow your mind. The interface. Well, they didn't say blow your mind, but they're really talking up the interface.
What are they going to do? Like new software?
They're like the TV, the guide listings. It looks like a spreadsheet. We're totally changing that. We're changing that all up, which we don't know how. Magic, unicorns, discovery.
Call me skeptical.
Yeah. Without seeing something, it's pretty easy to be skeptical.
Yeah.
And also, they touched on Huggers touched a little bit on more reasonable bundles. Right now, when you buy Comcast or when you get Dish, you get a bundle. You get premium package bundle. You get the mid-level bundle. You get like the sports bundle. Of course, you end up paying for all these channels you don't really want.
Right. Like I pay like $1.11 a month for like the tennis channel, which I never watch.
Yeah, no one watches the tennis channel.
No, there are people out there, I'm sure.
3 people watch the tennis.
So they'll have the opportunity to buy like a tennis package, say, or like maybe a.
Yeah, and still it's all kind of up in the air. But they're just talking about more reasonable because.
Okay.
If they tried to go out and get a la carte, like just tell everybody they wanted a la carte options for their viewers, no one would sign a deal with them. That's just kind of a given in the industry.
You mean on the content end?
Yes, on the content.
They wouldn't get the channels, the properties to sign up.
No one would.
No matter how bad consumers want it.
No, not. That's probably not going to happen for a long time. I think it's going to happen eventually, but right now those content creators are not down with the sort of a la carte thing.
So I think the expectation from what I'm reading right now is that it's going to be around the same money that you're paying now, but you get more of what you want and less of what you don't for the same money.
Yes, and the amazing UI that we don't know anything about.
That Intel is going to build from scratch.
Yes.
Having no track record of having built an awesome UI.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll see it when it happens. And it's going to happen when? In the fall, maybe?
Sometime in 2013. So January 31st, 11:59 p.m., 2013. I'm sorry, December 31st. So December 31st, 11:59 p.m., 2013, they could still deliver it and deliver it on time.
Okay, so we'll see. Big things from Intel, shaking up the cable industry, maybe?
Maybe.
Thanks, Robbie.
Thank you.
And we're going to bring on Christina now to tell us about some Apple news. Hi, Christina.
Hello, Michael.
So earlier this week, there was some increase in the speculation that Apple is working on a wearable computer, maybe a smart watch.
Yes.
Maybe a little something that goes in your wrist that runs iOS, that is not a tiny little iPod.
Right, yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so let's see. So New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg all had separate reports confirming that Apple has a large team of about 100 people is the latest, working on this wearable project. It's likely to be some sort of smartwatch on your wrist and could have curved glass display because Apple's been investing a lot in curved glass
Like
technology.
a curved touchscreen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, it'd run iOS and interface with your iOS apps on your iPhone or iPad. Maybe have some dedicated ones that are just designed for, being used on the wrist.
Okay.
Siri.
Oh,
I
so
would
you can talk
expect-
to the watch.
Yeah. Talk to your secret agent.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, before this latest round of reports from anonymous sources, you did your own story about this last week.
Yes.
Or the week before, I should say, which basically looks into, should Apple work on this? Are they possibly working on this? Tell us a little bit about, first of all, do you think this is something that's coming from them?
Yeah.
And if so, what would it look like aside from what you've already said?
Yeah. So, I definitely think that Apple does have resources investigating this. The wearable space is kind of the next frontier in mobile technology, so it would be prudent of Apple to be involved in that. As for what it looks like, I have
Yeah,
no
who knows?
idea.
But they do have to get into it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of places that they have to get into, right?
Yeah.
Like they have to get into TVs eventually. But just because there's a speculation right now, it doesn't mean that we're going to see something in 6 months.
Right. Yeah. It could be 2 or 3 years from now,
Or a
definitely, or
decade
further.
even.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the iPad. Like, when the iPad came out, they said we've been working on this for a decade. All right. So maybe not a watch at the next event coming up in March or April, but something, but probably not a watch.
Yeah. Probably
Okay.
not a watch.
Well, thank you for that.
Yes.
And you can continue to read all of Christina's Apple coverage and everything else we cover on the Gadget Lab. And until next week, we will see you later.